All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Aurora Overwatch Clash Season 11 with our Week 1 matchup between the hyped up Hylians and the Gainesville Glup Shiddos. I'm Greg. I got Wind here on the production, and we are now seeing the debut for both of these teams. Wind, are we excited?
For sure. My computer is bricking itself right now, though, so I'm trying to fix that. I'm getting at 10 frames, so
10 frames is like significantly less than you need. We require more frames.
I agree. But it unfortunately it went down to 4 frames. But
Oh no, wait, we
oh,
might
I'm
be
going
doomed.
down to 3. Give me 1 second. Discord seems to be fine. When I tab it, I go up. If I try to look at the game, it bricks. But if I tab out, it's fine. Okay, you know what?
So on the stream, I see like we are not. Oh no,
I
this is
am aware.
unwatchable.
Let me close the stream on
Okay,
my end, and you know what? It's working now. I just can't. I
all
can't
right,
have the stream looking up. Oh my god.
all right. So I'm just gonna try my best. Linkadink, the gold player, just dunked on the GM Tracer Whalefish. I think we should give Linkadink MVP award already. Um, as Toasty Toast is just taking all the space on the map. Monchi in a very dangerous position with the Zarya on one side, the Cassidy on the other, but without that GM DPS, there's just no one to stop Toasty Toast from walking up here. And the first fight of the map is going to go to the hyped up Hylians. So we're going to see an Soldier 76 is going to be the pick out of Bucklew here early on in this brawl mirror. I'm not a huge fan of Soldier here, as Linkadink once again going to get the clip on a Whalefish. How is my gold Tracer doing this much work, dog? This is
I will.
crazy. The streets were too low on Linkadink coming into this season. Like, I think that guy's
I,
kind of
I,
Thanos.
I think I'm fine. I'm in. I'm in.
All right. Rotation around coast side coming in for the
Oh,
Gainesville Glup Shiddos. Nano the Mercy falling very low. Linkadink forced to recall early, but Dish going to get pinched by HV and Nano the Mercy. So we are going to see a 4v4 late here on the point. Monchi's form comes out late, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on a Nano the Mercy. She gets forced out. Toasty Toast forced back off point, but HV Sec's going to find the pick on the 21. That should mean that in a long enough fight, the Hylians win, and sure enough, no more Kiriko, no win condition. 21 going down there.
yeah. Might
But a
have
huge
lied.
ult bank ready for the hyped up Hylians now, and Monchi only 60% to this Ram ult, so gonna be hard to, with no beat, no Kitsu, no Ram ult. How is Ram not gonna just die to this Kitsune rush as HV Sec just walks in behind and kills two? HV Sec on the, or not behind, on the off angle from the Mega Room, just walks in, kills two. Great play from HV.
Getting brief stutters of it working fine, and then it goes to 30 frames for half a second. I might have to restart my computer after we finish map 1, but I mean, we still have to grab this high noon pulse and this beat. We're seeing the visor coming out from Buku. We're walking down blue. We're walking
Oh, yeah.
down main.
See, Grav gonna come out onto Bucklew. Bucklew goes down immediately. HV Sex Noon gonna find Dish, and now it's gonna be a stick onto Monchi late, but it's not gonna kill because of the form. But this fight's been over for a while. Wind. Yeah, the Glup Shiddos just looked a little out of step there. Getting first picked in neutral a lot. Not really able to find much of a footing or much space on the map.
Uh, for sure, I am troubleshooting currently. So I appreciate you
I'm trying
trying
my
your
best.
best.
I will keep doing what I can. You keep doing what you need to do, and we will see what happens. As the Glub Shiddos are gonna make a couple of swaps that I can't believe I have to say that. Like okay. The Gainesville Glub Shiddos are making some character swaps that I really like. As Monchi's gonna move over to the Zarya, Whalefish onto the Shion. and Bucklu onto the Cassidy, and Dish onto the Mizuki. I like all of these swaps a lot. I think Mizuki just standing strong, and your Mizuki is very strong right now. Whalefish on that Xion should be able to generate a lot of charge for Monchi, more so than Linkadink for Toasty Toast. What if Whalefish just gets picked by the other team's Kiriko? Whalefish had been sitting on that angle, just kind of shooting, waiting for heals, waiting for a bubble, waiting for something to step up in, and it just never came. And eventually, like, the Hylians just kind of walked over to the angle he was sitting on and killed him.
Yeah.
While he was still just waiting.
For sure. Looking at the Glup Shiddos, their comp at least with this Mizuki and the Xion, it looks like you are wanting to play faster than the Tracer and the Cast with the Xion at least. But you also just have like DC in your poke, where it's forcing with the team with the Tracer here. You really have to look for value trying to find these angles, and Whalefish is actually going to be able to find this first pick here on the cloud. Grab coming out from my Toasty Toast, falling down to Manchi, going down, and also 21. As the point is scarred, he got flipped here at 8% is the cleanup.
Yeah, that's gonna be
to recap.
Really big flip for the Gainesville team here, as they're able to stop the point from ticking up, but still no team fight wins on the map. But at the very least, they've gotten an objective flip. We gotta get more. All right, so yeah, Whalefish is just taking some poke and really just relying on that healing from the Mizuki aura as they all walk up together. Mizuki ult on the point. It's very difficult to fight around that, so they're just going to give the point flip.
Oh yeah, and at least ult charge. We have Toasty Toast already lapping.
Ooh,
currently.
Good disengage off that Noon from HVSec. Not going to be able to get any picks off that. Another later Noon from Bucklu comes out, but Toasty Toast already has this grab, and it's going to find everybody. Goodness gracious, Wind. That was a big grab.
I mean, if we actually hit tab, Toasty Toast is about 10k damage currently. It's 27
Monchi's at 3k.
So yeah, I mean, being able to, the fact of just building 2 grabs so early, you don't actually have to use any other ultimates, just playing slow enough. As they're coming into potentially last fight territory with all the ultimates on the side of the Hylians.
Yeah, this Kitsune and Beat are going to be really hard to win a fight through. Like, 21's Kitsune is just going to get mirrored, and the Beat from Nano the Mercy is going to make it very difficult for this grab and this Xion ult to find significant value. Cloud going to hit off the grab. Oh, 21 goes down without using the ult. Whalefish gets 2 with the Xion ult in the backline, but with Linkadink's stick, there's not going to be enough for Whalefish. Just cannot possibly get a better trade than that. 21 falling without using that ult was very unfortunate. Bucklu going to move over to the Reaper now.
For sure, but with 10% left to cap, if this Reaper gets forced out too early, you're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah,
they still have Rage.
Just going to have to kit early here as... Oh, that was too early. They went too early, Wind.
And there's a third grab in the time span of about 2 minutes.
Yeah, Monchi's going to get a grab and response 4 in it, but there's no one to shoot into the grab. Your whole team's dead. They just went too early there, Wind. Like, there was like 5 seconds before they needed to go, and 21 and Bucklu were just running onto the point, and both of them died for it. And neither of them even triggered OT. They died at 96%. That's too early.
Yeah, I think the other issues here is, at least after this map, it's the first time looking at what we've actually seen for both these teams. So it's gonna. I don't actually think you can take the Zarmi versus Toasty Toast. You need to try to like play a character that can get on the behind Toasty Toast. I think personally, because if you're gonna take this front to back, as we can see, like Toasty Toast was able to get 10k damage in about 6 minutes, very very fast.
Yeah, no, Toasty Toast is looking honestly even better than the preseason hype implied. Like my sources were telling me Toasty Toast was going to be the best tank in the league this season, and that was disgusting. That was gross.
For sure. And while we give ourselves a couple minutes here to digest our thoughts, we are going to go to a short break. So everybody stay tuned, as I believe the prod should be feeling a lot better.
All right.
Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back everyone to Aurora Overwatch Clash Season 11 with our Week 1 matchup between the hyped up Hylians and the Gainesville Glup Shiddos. I'm Greg, joined by Wind on the production side today.
With hopefully a
And we're
working
heading,
prod.
yeah, hopefully a working prod. And we are heading now to
Dorado.
Dorado, and we're going to see some lineup changes out of both teams. So on one side, we're seeing Nuttier come in with Monchi moving to the bench. Dish is going to move from support to tank to make that lineup work. And on the other side, everyone is sliding around their roles, so Kevitas can come in on tank. So we've got Kevitas coming in. We've got
We'll do the
and we
bans.
did not turn off the heroes that are banned.
Well, I'm pretty sure they only turned
we
off Jetpack Cat for the first map as well.
Jetpack Cat's not even. Wait, is Jetpack Cat even banned?
Not
I thought it
this,
was on
not
it.
this map. No, Jetpack Cat was still banned. I checked, so they still had the previous map bans.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is not playable. Yeah, so I need to fix that real quick. But yeah, so everyone on the Hylians has changed role except Nano the Mercy. Nano the Mercy is the only person who is still on the same role as last map. So Cloud moves from flex support to DPS, Toasty Toast moves from tank to DPS, and HVSec moves from DPS to support. So Kevitas can come in on tank, and Lincoln moves to the bench. Congratulations, Nano the Mercy. You're the only person who doesn't need to play multiple roles.
Yeah, that does seem pretty interesting, guys. I can definitely see some questionable,
Yeah.
some questionable with how often you're gonna be able to play players on these roles. They're gonna be less used to it in this group, but
Yeah. The biggest downside for the Hylians this season is that they're pretty much going to be two completely different teams. It's going to be the Toasty Toast on tank team and the Kevitas on tank team, and they're not. The overlap between the two of them is just Nano the Mercy's support. Nothing is the same across those two lineups, other than Nano the Mercy support. So it is very, very different looks, and they're gonna have to find a way to balance both of them. Like there's a world where that very stark difference can work in their favor, where they're like able to show super different looks to teams and like make it difficult for opponents to like adjust to them or ban them out. But there's also a world where they just end up with two comps that they're practicing less than teams that just have one comp where they make one-to-one swaps instead of full compositional changes.
for sure. And then looking at both teams, we're seeing the attacking team. We have the Sierra, we have this Tracer. Some pretty closer range characters, at least compared to the Ashe and the Wu Yang on the Hylian side. And especially the Mizuki trying to look to punish Kevitas. As Kevitas falling down to 1 HP, is going to barely be able to get out.
Ooh, Dish has also fallen very low on this high ground, but the space has been created and Kevitas has lost the mech. So now we're going to see, taking this high ground now, we should be able to see the Glup Shiddos slowly take their space here. HV and Toasty Toast going aggressive here. Bucklu fighting hard for this. HV very low. Whalefish no recall though. Not going to be able to find any final blows here. And until eventually Cloud goes down to Whalefish, but HVSec with the immediate trade. Bucklu on the Nano the Mercy. But right back onto Bucklu. Kevitas now back in the mech, but Toasty Toast is down. It's Kevitas and HVSec in this 2v3, but two supports versus one support. Dish should just have a lot more healing coming in. HVSec no TP here. Dish looking for it. And there's going to be HVSec going down. Kevitas unable to provide the peel, and Kevitas immediately back out the car.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Cloud and Toasty Toast are back here, but they got to get out.
for sure. I mean, you got a minute and a half on the point taken off, but in terms of ult economy, Toasty Toast and Cloud are going to be a little bit slower compared to everybody else on the opposing team on the Shiddos team. So yeah. we'll be seeing this. Kitsune is going to make or break if they're going to be able to snowball this defense here on second point, or if it's going to be the opposite. So we will be seeing that very shortly.
Yeah, and Nuttier built up this sanctuary very, very quickly, and that could be a very good tool for creating a snowball here as HVSec's going to get this Kitsune rush down. Sierra ult is going to make it difficult to use, though. Forces the Hylians back off the corner, and now they're going to try to re-engage late here. Here's the ult from Dish, and Kevitas is in it. Kevitas not able to get back to the core, but no punish in here. Toasty Toast coming in with the blade now, gets it onto Bucklu, who... Nano the Mercy gonna ult Toasty Toast as well, and it's gonna take out 21. Nuttier goes down late. Whalefish, oh, looking to avoid the stagger. Very low on Whalefish. Whalefish had like single-digit HP there, Wind.
I did see that. It did come out on HP, 8 HP. Now, ult, both teams use 3. We still have the Kitsune here from 21, and we still have the Bob from Cloud, and both the Diva Bombs obviously probably being used as just a second life here. Kind of favoring the...
so low. That's no Bell already. Oh, Toasty Toast is in there, but 21's gonna get this Bob, or get this Kitsune rush in deep. Bob coming out. The Bob is gonna find a Whalefish. Both Diva Bombs have been used here, but a advantage found by the hyped up Hylians as the Glup Shiddos are struggling to get the Hylians off this top corner. They're gonna have to reset once again. Their health bar is getting very low. Late deaths coming in across the board. Whalefish going down. Dish should get staggered here. Oh, no stagger.
For sure. 3 minutes on the clocks. Ultimates is just going to be HV6 Kitsune. They're most likely going to be able to second. And we're seeing the swaps here to Symmetra and Genji. Symmetra not being a character you see too much here in Aurora, at least, as it's a very difficult comp to play a sim comp, traditionally at least. So
I like the Diva sim here. I think it can be very good. And I like this as well, as we see the Glub Shiddos are just going to try to bunker underneath with their sim and their Mizuki, and this is going to get them a lot more cart progress than the strategy of trying to clear out the top angle did. But the Kitsune Rush now coming out from HVSec. This is going to create the team fight opportunity. Nuttier's very close to this Sanctuary. If Nuttier can get this Sanctuary down before they go down, but it cannot. Buckley will fall just a bit too early, but more cart progress out at the very least.
For sure. I mean, only for a minute. You got the HV6 Kitsune out. That's just an ult down, and we're seeing the tragic stagger here. Toast Toast being able to clean up onto Dish. With the blade being the only ult, or no, we have a bubble blade. Good little combo here.
Blade, and I mean, Sanctuary isn't necessarily going to stop a bubble blade. I mean, you can't back Toasty Toast up in there, but if he just kills you, I mean, you're just going to die anyway. And it's not going to eat those blade slices. Oh, but Nuttier goes down before the Sanctuary can even come out. And Dish is also out the mech. Whalefish goes down as well. I mean, that is such a cheap teamfight win for the hyped up Hylians. They didn't really have to do anything.
For sure. I mean, I completely agree. 1 minute left on the clock. Ultimates again. We're coming up at least on every team's final ultimate rotations here, possibly for the map, with all of them being very close to 5 ultimates. But we can actually see the Hylians go very quickly here with their ultimates. They might be able to stagger out and make a fight in their spawn, but we'll see if they're going to be able to see this and make this read.
Yeah, we'll see. And I'm interested to see what the Glub Shiddos are going to do with these ults here as well. They don't have those obvious synergies the way the Hylians do. With that Bubble Blade, going to hit the Bubble Blade in the Sanctuary. It takes down Buckley. 21's going to go down as well to that, so that's a huge Bubble Blade. As Nuttier's Sanctuary just can't do anything to stop that. And you still got the Bob and the Kitsune and the Diva mech here. The Sim Wall could create a lot of space for this cart, though. Could create good angles for a team fight.
Yep, I mean, both teams using these 2 ultimates. They still have 3 on the board for each of them. We're probably going to have to open the kit and use the Sim Wall for their Bob or their own kit. Going with a risky TP up top with the Sim Wall.
Well, Buckley goes down immediately with that risky TP. 21's also under a lot of pressure. The Kitsune rush from HVSec right on top of that just made it so difficult to do much with it. 21's Kitsune rush was also forward there, but stepping up into that Kitsune rush was just next to impossible, as the team fight is going to go the way of the hyped up Hylians. The Gainesville Glub Shiddos not making it very far through second point, but they did make it past the first point at the very least, so this is holdable.
For sure. I mean, you know what they say, never say never. Possibly we could get a good hold. We got a good push onto second as well. We got it to the final corner, I believe, or maybe like right shy of that. So even if you do lose first point, there is still a potential here to hold the second. So it's never going to be over, at least until the map is finally finished. But I mean, looking at both teams' comps, the Mizuki feels a little... It's good in theory, but I don't know if it's getting as much like brawl value as you're going to be expecting here, at least. But I've seen Nuttier hit good chains at least, but
Yeah.
it just seems like they're not getting too followed up on. Like it's either Toasty Toast always goes in or Kivito's gets hit by this chain, but they tend to get out, which is very surprising, especially if we hit tab and look at the leaderboard right now. All of the Hylians have only died once each.
Yeah, I mean, the Hylians were just able to get in, and Nuttier is hitting chains, but they're not killing the chains. I don't really know where the desync is there. So
That
just there, we're gonna have to see if the Glup Shiddos can do a better job of punishing people who get chained on their defense. It should be a lot more intuitive here, especially now that they're playing that Ashe instead of the Symmetra. You know, just shoot the person who has been chained. You're standing on top of each other. Just shoot the same person. It should go good.
Oh yeah, and we have an interesting pick here, an unorthodox at least, with a jetpack cat coming out. With Toasty Toast already being in, getting chained, but is
Yeah,
able to get out and attempt to stable.
yeah, you'd think Nano the Mercy should just be able to like go in on angles with Toasty Toast. Cat can access a lot of angles and spaces that a lot of other supports aren't going to be able to play around with, and that could allow some great early picks as Toasty Toast takes out Bucklu immediately. A really nice deflect headshot by Toasty Toast. I'm sold on the Toasty Toast DPS. I think it is pretty good. Although Kevitz is gonna get demeched here late. Toasty Toast continuing to find good picks though. Gets both supports. So Diva out the car, but... Oh, no, wait! The car was moving that whole time while they were fighting on the side lane wind.
Yes, it was. That is the key thing to be looking for again. With it potentially be coming into near last fight territory as there's no ultimates. We're seeing Kivito's go to Domina, then swap
No,
back to Diva. Oh, were they
Yeah.
demeched? That's probably what happened.
They were
there.
demeched.
I was
Yeah, he was
unaware.
baby. Yeah. Yeah, so Kevitz was just getting back in the car by changing heroes real quick. Toasty Toast chasing Whalefish on the underneath right now. Toasty Toast a lot closer to the supports there, though, so Whalefish gonna have a tough time finishing that one off. Nuttier getting pressured now by Toasty Toast, and Nuttier under a lot of pressure, falling very low, goes down. Toasty Toast finds the first pick, and at the same time, Dish is very low. Whalefish has no recall on the back line, forces the bell, but Bucklu's found by Cloud. Whalefish out on the side lane as the Bob comes down on Cart. I don't see the path forward here, Wind, as Toasty Toast finds another. Okay. All right, the Jetpack Cat ult is going to come down onto Dish as Toasty Toast will blade to finish this one off, and Toasty Toast went 33-1 on the off-roll, Wind. Like
This is the star player, I think, already shining.
This guy was a steal of a draft pick. How did he fall this far?
You know, I'm wondering that myself actually right now.
You're telling me this guy wasn't the first pick?
I mean, it is the also added benefit of being a rookie in the league, at least, where you are unknown, so
Yeah.
you are inevitably going to be drafted a little bit later compared to more known
21
players.
final blows in 9 minutes, Wind.
What
are we doing?
That is a lot.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I swear. There's other people in the Hylians who are doing really good too, to be clear. I think HV's kits were really good. I think Kevitz was doing a pretty solid job on that second point defense, managing the high ground. But like, man, the Toasty Toast plays, I don't think it's possible to go too far.
I would agree. I mean, I'm just kind of speechless with how these games have been going. It just looks one-sided. Like, I don't know. But we should go to a short break here as we wait to see what the next map and bans are gonna be.
We'll see if the Glup Shiddos can come up with a good solution as we head to map number 3. Don't go anywhere. Hello everyone and welcome back to Aurora Overwatch Clash Season 11 with our Week 1 matchup between the hyped up Hylians and the Gainesville Glup Shiddos. I'm Greg, joined by Wind on the production, and we are heading to New Queen Street. Gainesville's banned Zarya and the Hylians have banned May, and we have been seeing quite the performance from a specific player in the lobby. But we're gonna see here if we can get some other people who we've been talking about a bit less, some shout outs on the broadcast here as we head into map number 3. The Kevitz lineup will be the one that is maintained for the Hylians, but the Glup Shiddos are going to move back to their Monchi lineup from map 1. But Nuttier's on the DPS now. Wait a second. We have no Bucklu. The second round pick for the Gainesville Glup Shiddos is currently on the bench.
That is very interesting, actually.
You don't see a second round pick be the rotation player very often. So we're going to see this Nuttier Sim. Perhaps Nuttier Sim is simply Thanos and it's going to go crazy. Although Toasty Toast, Torbjorn, Cloud, Cassidy, Whalefish has been turned off. Whalefish is not gonna have fun.
Yes, I mean, if Whalefish even messes up even the tiniest bit, is just gonna go, and the boop!
Oh, what a boop!
Nano the Mercy gonna be able to kill
Monchi. Monchi off the map. A really nice D-mech onto Kevitz early, but that boop of the day from Nano the Mercy will guarantee a first fight win for the hyped up Hylians. Toasty Toast getting some nice Torb shots in there to guarantee the fight. Toasty Toast now 1v1ing Whalefish, but a TP in. Whalefish has to get out here, cannot get staggered before the fight begins. No, Whalefish got pre-fighted. Really good recognition from Toasty Toast and HV Sec to hunt down Whalefish there before the fight could start.
For sure. I mean, also just being down your Tracer. We're seeing the Whalefish also go into Xion. It's very justified here. You just are unable to play the game, period. So
Tracer into Torbcast and like, what are you gonna do? Monchi gonna get overloaded here by Toasty Toast, but Kevitz gets traded. HV Sec falling very low on the side angle. Good shots from 21 to take that down. Nano the Mercy now under a lot of pressure, trying to get the trade. Can't get it. Toasty Toast and Cloud now looking to turn this one. Good picks onto both supports. Nuttier falling incredibly low, but Cloud will go down. Nuttier with a really nice sim play there.
Exactly. So we're seeing the Ormir here from Kevitz, so makes sense. Both teams, there's no Zarya, no May. You can't really swap too many beam kicks. Symmetra and Moira are going to be the only two left on the board if I'm not being a Chad. Ultimate's not coming online, though.
I mean, Domina's got her, like, primary fire beam, but it's... you don't play Domina for the beam weapon, I don't feel.
Yeah. Ultimate's coming online. We're close to the sim wall. We have the core, we have the noon, we have the kit from Whalefish 21 also with their Kitsune. So we're going to have to see Monchi already falling down to 1 HP. Are they going to be able to even hold this?
21 is looking for DPS here instead of looking for Monchi, and that's going to mean that a lot of space has to get handed over to the hyped up Hylians. The noon gets drawn from Cloud, and Monchi takes out Nano the Mercy with the Whalefish ulting in the backline as well. Toasty Toast very low. Whalefish is going to go down to that Torbjorn ult. Didn't have anywhere to turn, but the team fight is going to go the way of the Gainesville Glup Shiddos, and look how many ults were used by the Hylians.
Oh yeah, I mean the investment was 3 ultimates there, with them not even because they swapped to the Orisa and they swapped to the Lucia. But I mean it was a 3-for-2 trade. It wasn't too terrible, but it wasn't the best when you're on your defensive hold that you had to use more ults and lose.
Early pick there by Toasty Toast on the Sojourn. Toasty Toast off the Torbjorn. No more Tracer to bully. Doesn't want to keep on that hero, and the Glup Shiddos are going to try to kite here, but Nuttier gets caught and staggered, as will Dish, as will Monchi, so they're not going to be able to get out after 21 gets pre-fighted there.
They were able to get checkpoint, though, unlike the Hylians, so they all will get this close spawn.
Yeah, this is going to make it really easy for them to set up a nice defensive hold, and they've got that Kitsune, they've got that Orisa ult, and a nice beast to stabilize with. But Toasty Toast pre-fights Nuttier. Toasty Toast is just finding crazy picks, really before the fight even gets going. Gets Dish as well. How is Toasty Toast finding these?
That's 3. That's 4.
Toasty Toast with the 4K. Give Toasty Toast 5. Get back here. Who's out? Who got out?
Dish.
Whalefish?
Dish. I know. Yeah, I think it was Dish. Maybe it was Whalefish. One of the two.
Yeah, but like, Disgusting from Toasty Toast once again, just finding these dry neutral picks. No ults kit to be invested. 21 gonna come down with this Kitsune rush. Nice beat from Nano the Mercy, gonna deny this Ori ult from Monchi, but the space has been created with these ults. Tempo beat from Dish, they're gonna try to push up, but this means Kevitz gets a free Ori ult here, and Monchi's very low.
For sure, Toasty Toast with his OC.
Toasty Toast OC on this side lane, not finding any picks, but there it is onto Whalefish, onto 21. The Orisa ult was what we needed to get the picks flowing, and both teams using a lot there, but ultimately it'll be the Hylians taking the fight win.
For sure, possibly coming into, or yeah, they were able to get the lead there, but we saw the Kitsune here from HV side compared to just the Xion ult coming up from Whalefish. So, but that's going to be coming up here shortly. So potentially, if they push fast, they might just be able to full cap here.
Yeah, I'm at this point, I am fully locked on Toasty Toast Cam. I don't care. I don't care about nobody else. Oh, almost caught Dish there. Dish was so low. But Whalefish going to come in with this ult here and fall immediately to Toasty Toast. Oh my goodness. The Kitsune rush from HVSec is going to make it difficult for the Glup Shiddos to stabilize here in this man disadvantage situation. Toasty Toast going to get the final blow off onto Nuttier and Monchi as well here, and 21. So we will see another team fight go the way of the hyped up Hylians. They're getting very close to finishing this map win.
Especially so, with it just being the last fight here. We do have the Cloud with the High Noon compared to Dish with the Beat. We're going to be seeing if the Beat's going to be enough to run down Cloud and prevent him from getting this High Noon.
Yeah, Cloud Noon here. Good spear from Monchi there. Cloud falling very low. Will go down. So the first pick finally going to go a first pick for the Hylians. Kevitz falling very low. This tempo beat should secure this team fight win. As Toasty Toast is going to get out, play for KD. Stats only player, you know, no impact, just playing for stats.
No, no impact at all. Like exactly.
on that team fight. We'll ignore all the other ones. All right, 121 meters now for the hyped up Hylian. Very, very scary meterage there.
Nano the Mercy flying out in the open a little too far is going to be able to barely survive here.
Yeah, Symbol available for Nuttier to try to stop this Toasty Toast overclock, but it's not going to come out. They're just going to try to stabilize through the Kitsune rush, and they're going to wait until... Oh, that team fight was pretty much over by the time Nuttier put the wall down.
Yes,
they
that
just
is...
took so much damage trying to fight in their Kitsune.
I mean, for sure, especially because we had the Terror Surge coming out from Kevitz, and we also had a slow by Toasty Toast. I think maybe incorrect. OC at least was able to chunk people.
Toasty Toast has better OC, but yeah, it does have that. Did put the orb in there and put out and had that big OC doing a ton of chunk damage. Yeah. Monchi fat fingers the Ori ult. Oh wait, no, they're TPing. Oh, but they don't find anything. Oh, that could have been glorious. Can't find it though. Does find Kevitz though. And Cloud, but the trades are coming through. Dish is very low, so's Nano the Mercy. Gotta find this final blow on a Nano the Mercy. Whalefish will, but not before Toasty Toast is able to get some of his own. HVSec very low. Dish will find that one. Toasty Toast now in a 2 versus 1 against 21 and Dish. Finds Dish. 21 versus Toasty Toast. Who's going to come out on top here? It'll be 21. Toasty Toast too low to find that one.
For sure. If we get a little tab check here, there's 2 minutes left on the clock. We're seeing Toasty Toast getting 30 and 3 so far, with Kevitz being very close behind at 29 and 4.
Toasty Toast has 11k damage in 8 minutes. How is that real? I do not do that when I play Sojourn. Like, I just don't. That's my main role.
I mean,
we're supposed to be 100 SR separated from each other. We're just not. We're just not. This guy's so much better than me. All right.
Dish having the beat versus Toasty Toast with the OC. I'm expecting HV popping the Kitsune and being able to push forward here. We're going to see a decent retreat, but 21 and Dish are still stuck in. Whalefish falling down to 1 HP.
Oh, Dish so greedy with this beat, waits so long with it, gets two of the teammates go down before it can come down, and there's just no one alive to turn the fight when Dish finally does put the beat down. I think Dish held that for way too long after HV6 Kitsune came down. Trying to get more value out of it, but good discipline by the Hylians. They recognize that their uncontested Kitsune rush is just... What's going to stop us from winning with this uncontested Kitsune rush? Why would we commit more ults?
Looking to see this OC or this Hylian coming out from Cloud or Toasty Toast being able to push this as you're not going to be able to break through this unless you're going to be playing the smart way to win the game at least, which would be just playing for time. As there's only 50 seconds left on the clock, you just play slow. New coming out from
New
Cloud.
coming out from Cloud, gonna stop the Kitsune rush. 21 goes down to the Noon. Dish moved over to this Mizuki in the meantime, and Whalefish gonna try to make a big play with the oh my goodness, the Shion ult from Whalefish, keeping the Glup Shiddos in the game. 4K from Whalefish here on map number 3. Spectacular plays from Whalefish, keeping the Gainesville Glup Shiddos in the map. Great plays. But still, Toasty Toast has this, OC's been sitting on this for a couple of fights now. We'll see what they do with it here now that we are in potentially final fight territory.
Air Surge coming out with the wall, trying to play for this time, but the wall's a little bit too far to the left. Really block it off, but it is just going to force the Hylians to back up just a tiny bit. Kitsune coming out. Rail, unfortunately, does go into the wall. Manchi falling down to 1 HP. Nuttier 1, 21 1, Toasty Toast 1. Everybody's so low HP. Sanctuary coming out from the dish.
Comes down, that can stabilize. So this is the opportunity now to stabilize. Nano the Mercy in the backline. Who's going to notice this? Nobody. So Kevitz is going to be the one who goes down instead. So this could be a team fight win now for the Gainesville Glup Shiddos. They already have the checkpoint from earlier in the map. But the Kitsune Rush is going to come out from HV Sec. They're looking to turn this. Toasty Toast gets the first one. Toasty Toast has the slow orb on 21. Gets them as well. Dish falling very low. Goes down. Whalefish down to Cloud. And despite Kevitz falling early, we will see the hyped up Hylians winning this map.
Yeah, that was a match of all time. It was sub 1 hour, about a 50-minute match here ever since we learned the map one. But
yeah, this map was the best look for the Glup Shiddos. They did put up a pretty respectable fight here. There was moments, there was opportunities, but ultimately it's just a nice clip there from Whalefish to keep the hold going late in the map. But Toasty Toast had 25 final blows win. Toasty Toast had 25.
I can.
It was a 10-minute map win.
I can agree. It was a very impressive here. Good showing, especially for potentially MVP nomination for the team coming out. So stay tuned. Keep looking for at least for Toasty Toast. Potentially for later matches as well.
Yeah, that is slightly disgusting. As we now can start talking about match MVPs, Wind.
It's just Toasty Toast.
That's the correct answer, yeah.
That is the correct answer. I got the victory screen pulled up. I don't think we're going to be doing an interview. I got to get prepped for the second stream because we're double blocking.
Yeah, we got a deadlock game coming back, so check back in.
9:30.
Yeah, an hour and a half from now, we will be having a deadlock match right here. Same casters, same channel. Different game, though, so check that out in an hour and a half.
Alrighty. Have a good night, everybody.